starting with ourselves. If we're not improving ourselves, then we're just sticking with the mediocre plan that was laid out for us for those of us that went through the public schooling or the compulsory school system, which was designed uh, through Prussia, which is no longer a country, to basically create obedient workers for warehouses or factories and things. And if people just go along with that, it's and they go along with having their imagination stifled and put into a box, then they're going to have health issues. They're going to be depressed and anxious. They're going to drink.
Yeah.
And if they just work some 9 to 5 job, then like it's basically for those of us that went through that, it's designed to cause problems and issues. Same with the food that are fed in there, and interact how we interact with women is like, well, if a lot of us were taught in schools by women, to be obedient to them, to raise our hand, ask to go to the bathroom and that kind of
Mhm.
stuff, then there's going to be problems. And of
Mhm.
course, people are going to go to porn. Um, and yeah, like if we can really master a lot of these realms, like financially, physically, emotionally, socially, um, it's like, all right, we can push past that slavery that was put upon us. And yeah, coming out in just our energy, our demeanor, and how we affect people. Like you're saying, if women are emotionally spiked by
Mhm.
us, then it's
Mhm.
like, all right, there's that wave that we can, transmute if she's angry at us to love and to passion.
Mhm. 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 Yeah.
It's
But
really
it
what.
doesn't help these guys during the dating phase, yeah, because all of the times I get these questions like, oh, the woman isn't replying anymore. What should I do to spike her emotions? And I always think like, well, do you want to make the whole relationship built around spiking her emotions? That way you're constantly sitting at this on the sofa, watching TV, and you're thinking, oh, how can I spike her emotions now? Oh, it's 6 a.m. in the morning. How can I spike her emotions? How can I, you know, that's why being a really being a self-development individual and having all these areas handled, like your spirituality, your connection to God or a higher essence, and being able to, take care of yourself and the people around you, actually also causes the woman to feel certain emotions that she is naturally attracted to, because the woman is still attracted to men who can provide safety, security, and to some degree also obviously allow them to, yeah, to start a family and raise children. Now, funny enough, women can get security and everything by other means as well, especially here in Germany. In Germany, you don't even have to work, and the state will provide you with food and shelter. Yeah. You don't even have to work. The state will provide you with food and shelter. So obviously, earning a minimum wage or a really low income doesn't help at all. Yeah. Because the woman can get it for free from the state. Yeah, from the authorities. So that's why when we say, yeah, you have to like provide safety and security, it doesn't mean that you need to have, some apartment or be able to afford to buy some potatoes. It actually means much more than that, because it has to be a better offer, much better offer than the one she's getting anyway, either from her employer or from the unemployment money, but usually from her employer. And at the same time, obviously, the offer also contains you as an individual. Yeah, so it's not just about the house or whatever, because if she has to live in the house with someone she doesn't like, that wouldn't make a difference. But it can certainly play a part in the whole dating game. And the dating game is constantly shifting and evolving and changing. And nowadays faster than ever, because now we have TikTok, now we have Instagram, and I know a girl actually, she can stand in front of the camera for 15 seconds. She doesn't even have to do any video editing. She just posts it straight away after recording, puts on some background music, and 1 hour later 50,000 people have viewed her. Yeah, I can spend a whole day of shooting and then 2 days of editing and talk about something really interesting. And maybe if I'm lucky, 1,000 people will watch it after like 2 days, whereas she only has to spend like 2 minutes to get like 50,000 times the views. But then views doesn't mean shit, yeah, because it also like matters who is actually viewing it, and why they're viewing it. And I think for many people who are on TikTok and Instagram, they don't necessarily have the best intentions because they're just looking to, yeah, please themselves and get a quick burst of dopamine.
Yeah, it is strange. Yeah, I'm sure you bumped up against Tinder and TikTok and Instagram, and as far as dating and stuff, like the women that are people can, women can make a living like posting their feet on like porno websites or TikTok or whatever else, like OnlyFans. And yeah, it's definitely messing with like our natural ability to mingle and meet people and procreate in that way, and like the way that all this transgender fluidity, whatever the fuck that's been going on for a while, it's creating these androgynous, hormonally imbalanced, sociopathic type of victimized people that, when they get surgery on themselves to remove body parts or whatever, like they just don't tell you that part, what happens afterwards, and you can't have an orgasm because you cut off your dick. Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah, the
that
whole
was
LGBT hype, terrible.
that I was getting really angry about that last night because I've been thinking about going back out and doing comedy, going to open mics or performing and catching the gauge, like putting my thumb on the pulse of what are people doing right now. And I've had this idea of the last few years, and when I saw a couple not too long ago, a couple people perform, it was all this very hyper focused on like a specific type of sexuality that this woman was, and having these weird dating experiences, or having to be so politically correct and fragile and weak. And I just had this fantasy of going up there and just fucking fire hosing everybody with
Mm.
the blasphemy, the destruction of this healing art form, as laughter is the best medicine. And that's the way that societies can get taken down and enslaved, when the dictators like basically makes it illegal to laugh and to joke and have
Yeah.
fun. And it really, really fucking bothers me. And I think that, combined with the electrolyte powder I had last
Mhm,
night,
mhm.
it caused this itching down there, and it caused me to stay awake at night. But I've been writing some jokes again, and I wrote a song recently, and um, so it's inspiring me. And it's like, okay, how can I balance that and balance my emotions and stay in a peaceful state, so that because I think that kind of emotional reaction causes
Mhm.
the itching.
Yeah, 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 yeah.